How did Kendra go through practice this week?
Good. Look, he was basically limited. All throughout the week, he'll be questionable for the game. We'll see where he's at tomorrow, and we'll make a decision come game time.
For a hamstring injury like that, is it one that you kind of want to be careful with? It's not, you don't need to necessarily force him to come back, say he's 80%?
Yeah, look, I mean, as with any injury, I mean, you kind of evaluating where they're at, and if with anybody, if we feel like that they're able to go out and perform their job and perform it at an acceptable level, then there's really no reason to hold them.
Dennis, kind of look forward to seeing Groupie kick outside in the elements and get that just kind of that second challenge there outside of having the debut last week.
Yeah, look, I mean, every week presents a different challenge for all of our guys, and obviously being outside in the elements will be, good for him to get out and kick in that type of environment, that type of situation. Should be good weather, based on what I've seen so far. So hopefully it won't be that big of a factor.
Is there anything specific about Carolina that presents a challenge? The elements, the atmosphere, just being a divisional
look, I
opponent?
think just being a divisional opponent and playing these guys. I mean, obviously they've got a lot new going on in terms of what they're doing offensively, defensively, and so that presents a little bit of a challenge because there's not as much tape to watch on these guys to evaluate exactly what they're going to do or how they're going to try to attack us. So again, it'll be much like it was last week. It'll be something where you kind of get into the game and you have a game plan going in, and then we'll have to be ready to adjust.
To that, like, how important is it to get off to a fast start, let's say, in division play?
Look, yeah, it's important. I think anytime, whether it's you're getting off to a fast start with the season, you're getting off to a fast start in an individual game, you're getting a fast start, within your division. I mean, I think those are all important things to try to accomplish.
How much of what Frank Reich has done in the past influences how you prepare for this game with an entirely different team?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of it. Certainly we've gone back and watched what they did in Indianapolis last year, even going back to last time we played them here in the Dome in 2019. So you're trying to evaluate everything you can to make sure you're covering all your bases. But certainly there'll be some things that they'll do differently that we'll have to adjust to.
Dave, what advantages do you guys get on those third downs when you go to the three-man front?
Well, look, it's been effective for us. We've been doing it for several years now. It's been effective for us. There's some versatility that you have in terms of what you do from a rush standpoint. There's some versatility what we're able to do from a coverage standpoint. So, I think it can be challenging for the offense at times, and our guys have executed at a pretty good level.
Do you prefer two linebackers in that package as a rule, or does it have to be a pretty special and versatile linebacker to be, to keep two linebackers instead of a fourth line?
I think each and every week you kind of go into it and you look at it and you see, what works best against this team, or what we feel like gives us the best chance to have success. And we've been a 3-down package, we've been a 4-down package. It's kind of game plan specific.
That just kind of allows you to be more creative with your design when you just have the three and then you're bringing the pressure from different spots. Is that kind of?
Well, yeah. I mean, typically, you don't really, when you're in a 4-down package, you kind of know most of the time who the 4 rushers are going to be, and then you're trying to identify, who's the 5th guy, and then, where do you have to, how's the back have to, adjust for protection and blitzes and things of that nature. So I think that presents some challenges. Obviously, in a 4-down package, you got 4 pretty good rushers out there. So I think they both have their place, and we'll utilize both of them throughout the course of the season.
Does having those multiple fronts help in any way in terms of preparing disguise, in terms of challenging that offense on the other side?
Well, hopefully, I think we've always tried to be, pretty multiple in terms of the fronts that we play, both in a 4-down package and in an odd package. So, we got enough bullets in our holster, regardless of what we decide to do, that I think can be effective.
Obviously, with Turner down, Fosse's going to get a bigger role. Do you feel like he's up to the point where there's no limitations of what you can do with him?
Yeah, look, I mean, whoever that player is that replaces Peyton Turner, is going to have to go in and execute at a high level, and whether it's Kyle Phillips or Isaiah Foskey, we'll put somebody in there that we feel like can go out and perform and help us win.
What did you guys like about Len Bowden throughout the summer?
I just think he's a good football player. There's probably not one thing that stands out like exceptionally that says, he's not the fastest guy, he's not the biggest guy, but he's just a good football player. He's smart, and he does a good job when he gets the ball in his hands.
Besides the schedule being different for Monday night games, is there anything else that's just different about the preparation for that? And do you like playing primetime environments?
Yeah, I don't know that there's a whole lot different in terms of preparation. Obviously we had the extra day this week, which I think was beneficial. But I like playing. I like playing in primetime environments. I think there's a little bit of extra energy that kind of goes along with that.
Last week, Carolina didn't have DJ Chark. Looks like he's trending in the positive direction. How does that impact your preparation, if at all?
Well, look, certainly we feel like he's an explosive playmaker, and he's got some vertical speed down the field that obviously we'll have to contend with, and so that presents a challenge. I think. Look, they've got a lot of weapons that they can utilize, offensively, and we'll have to account for those guys.
I know a lot of attention will be on Bryce, but can you just talk about their run game with Miles Sander and Hubbard?
Yeah, look, I think they're a good running football team. I think last year when kind of towards the end of the year, the last part of the year, I thought they ran the ball exceptionally well. They started off the season this year and ran the ball really well against Atlanta. So, it's a tough challenge for us. I think they do a good job up front blocking in the run game, and I think these backs, are kind of downhill, one-cut runners, and you'll have to fit it up right, because if you don't fit it up right, they can exploit it.
Yeah, did it help any watching the tape of Atlanta? I mean, is Ryan running what?
Yeah, there's some similarities in terms of what they're doing defensively and what we've done. Obviously, they do a couple of things that are unique or different than what we were doing here, but yeah, it kind of gives you a little bit of idea how they might attack some of the coverages, and how they try to attack you in the run game.
Does Burns stay on one side, or they move him around? I know he's usually on the right tackle.
Look, they'll move him around. We'll see how they plan on utilizing him, in our game. But we'll have to have a good plan for him. All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.